And joining us now, we're really lucky to have Vikram himself. Thank you very much, Vikram, for joining us. It's very good of you. I know how busy you are. Now, can I just ask you first question? Butterflies in your stomach before the release of your big film, Raavan. This is your first film with Mani Ratnam, the genius, and also brings you to the Hindi film industry. How difficult or different an experience has this been?
It's always been my dream to work with Mr. Mani Ratnam. In fact, when I was in college, I was thinking, if I do a Mani Ratnam's film and if I do a Shankar's film, I'll retire from film. That's even before I started acting. So it's really wonderful because I get to do 3 films now. One in Tamil, Telugu, and of course Hindi. So I'm very, very excited. 3 films at the same time. It's an amazing project. It's I think one of his best. He's pushing himself to, I think it's almost like it's his first film. There's so much passion when he does this, but then when he does his shots and the subject itself. So we've all just been taken along with the flow. I think Abhishek, Ash, me, all of us, I mean, I don't think we're actors on the sets. We've all become like students. It's like a workshop, happening there. And
yeah.
It's really nice being part of a wonderful project like this.
Nothing like working with the genius. Actually, it's good to see you there in the dubbing studio for the Hindi version of Raavan. But here, now you're playing the negative role in the Tamil and the good guy in Hindi. So different roles in the same film. How difficult was that to shoot? Because you've got to prepare mentally to be negative, then to be a real good guy. Tough one, right?
Yes, in Tamil I play the title role, what AB does, and in Hindi I'm doing a diametrically opposite role. And that is totally different. In Tamil, I'm very rugged, rustic, very callous, he's very volatile. He's really not too particular about his appearance. And he's a people's guy. While in Hindi, it's someone who's very cool, who's very cold, who's very polished, who's very stylish, who's very lethal. And it's very contrasting. So it's very interesting. Sometimes I get to shoot
really?
both the characters almost shot after shot. It's back to back. And it takes a lot. I mean, I need to look different. And it's been very interesting because I have Mr. Mani to guide me.
But look different, act different. It's really challenging, right? Tough to do.
Yes. I've always been into drama in school, and I've always done these roles which are a little off the track and out of the box. So this kind of thing really excites me. Like doing 2 roles. It's after a point, like I told you, I forgot that I'm a hero or about the commercial viability of the film or what I'm doing. It's just that, gosh, it's so nice. Okay, you do this guy and then you try and do someone who's totally different. I have this brief in my head and I know that this guy is going to be so specific and the other guy has very different mannerisms or his body language. And so that's like, I mean, I feel like a kid actually. I've done a lot of films. I've been here for a long time, but this time I'm really, it's very, and I want to see the response. It's going to be a new audience in the North now for the Hindi film.
Yeah,
so
because you're actually a huge name, a huge star in Tamil films, and you've done so many hits, and in Tamil you've done art films, commercial films, you've just done everything. Now this whole new experiment. Any butterflies, you didn't quite answer that, about moving north now and trying to win over the northern audience, which is very different, let me tell you, with Raavan.
Not really, sir. I think it's I'm definitely excited. I mean, I would be lying if I said I'm not excited. I'm so excited because as an actor, especially someone who comes from the stage, you're always looking for a larger audience. It started with like 30 kids in my class, and then it became my school, and then the girls' school from next door, and then it became a state and another state. So now when it's India and it's going to be like totally international when it's a Mani Ratnam's film, I am very excited. In fact, I'm more excited to see the outcome of the Hindi version than the Tamil. And it's so interesting because the audience are going to see me. I have done a film which was dubbed called Aparajit, but that's totally different. So when they see this film, it's going to be like the first time without much expectation. They don't know what I do. They don't know my style. So it will be very interesting for me too. Like in Tamil, they know I've done lots of different characters, so they know that, okay, he'll do this, or they can expect something from me. So the Hindi audience is going to be very new for me too. So that is like kind of getting me very excited.
Yeah.
And no butterflies in the stomach. I mean,
okay.
I'm so confident about the project and about what we've done. I've seen it on screen and really excited.
Butterflies of excitement then, how about that?
Butterflies of excitement, yes, of course.
Now I got to ask you, you're singing a lot in your recent films. So you're a really talented all-rounder in the true sense, not just acting, you can sing.
Yes, I have. I've even sung for other heroes. It's
Right.
it's one of my another childhood passions. I've always wanted to sing, and I've always wanted to cut an album. So it just landed on my lap. There was one particular film where I sang all the songs, about 4 songs, and I sang in Telugu too. And I used to believe that I was just a professional bathroom singer, but now I torment people when they'll switch on the radio.
Right, but tell me, remember after the success of Sami, Rajnikant, the superstar, called you his heir apparent. Now, there can't be anything bigger than that. That must have been a huge moment. So having achieved that, what drives you still now?
I'm always looking for that character. I'm working with directors like Bala, and Bala is the one who's got the National Award this year for Best Direction. He got me the National Award for Pita Magan, and I did another amazing film called Sedu, which was later remade as Tere Naam. So his Tera Naam, he's a wonderful director. So directors like this, like Mani sir, and I mean the characters they make, I mean they create things that I can never do. You know, I can perform as an artist. So I really look forward to these kind of roles, doing something very different. I want to get into direction sometime later maybe, but right now it's like doing different roles. I want to go down as an actor who's, I mean, even after 100 years, I want people to remember me. I want people to think, it's always been like that from when I was a kid. I want people to think, there was this guy called Vikram. More than wanting to be a #1 or being the superstar or whatever, I want to do this body of work which is spoken about, which people can actually look back on and say, he's done these different types of roles and he's looked so different in all these roles. I have this passion. I like to change myself. I like to lose weight. I like to put on weight. I like to build muscle. Or I like to become fat. I like to become tanned. I keep doing that for all my characters, which I'm so sure will be seen in both the Raavans. They're going to look so different. And that kind of keeps me going.
So now the important message from me to everybody is watch both Raavans, the Tamil and the Hindi, and see you in totally different roles. That'll be amazing. But let me ask you one sort of final question. You've not done just only commercial films where you're successful. You've done these arty films too. In the final analysis, which do you prefer?
In the South, you know, we have these two stars. We had MGR and we had Shivaji. MGR was the star, Shivaji was the actor. Likewise, we had Rajni the star and Kamal the actor. And most of us, we either veer towards Rajni or a few of us go towards Kamal. But what I thought is, why not do both? And cinema is improving, the audience is evolving. I want to be part of that change. I want to be an actor who can do both, who can do a film that is so widely accepted, who can do an arty film or a character which is so out of the box, but which will become a huge commercial hit. Not because it's a commercial hit, I'm talking about acceptance. And I want to do that. I want to bridge that gap, and I'm trying to do both. So I like both, but arty actually gets me really excited when it's especially a great director. I mean, I could leave everything and just go for that.
Arty marginally
something
better.
Which is really different.
I expected. Okay, one last question I've got to ask you. You are so popular, especially with the young. So there's so many youngsters, school kids, college kids watching you right now. What advice would you say to aspiring Vikrams and aspiring actresses? What should they do? One thing that they should do.
I would wish they had my blood group, which was B positive. If not, I think they can work at it. I should say this. I had this long struggle. I had an accident. I was in bed for almost 4 years. And then I had a 10-year-long struggle before I really made it. But I always had this dream. And I knew that this dream is going to happen. It will happen. It's not that I'm working towards the dream. I knew it's going to happen. And you don't have to be an actor. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to be a doctor or a race car driver. But whatever your dream is, I think just go for it.
That's a great message.
Don't relax at all. Think about it, dream about it, eat your dream, sleep your dream, and just think about it all the time. And it's going to work. It worked for me. I'm sure it'll work for all you little children out there.
Great message, Vikram. Thank you very, very much for joining us. I was just super listening to you, and I can tell you just by that, you're going to be a huge hit all across India. Thanks very much for spreading your wings beyond Tamil Nadu.